All right, time for today's three-stock lunch. Drown sorrows or celebrate, maybe a third. We got three of the day's big movers. CNN Plus shut down by Warner Brothers Discovery in the first week that the company is trading together, down over 8% on the heels of that cancellation. Tesla going the other way, celebrate. Raise a glass, record first quarter earnings. The EV maker up more than 5%. And Carvana, drown the sorrows, down nearly 7% after posting a wider loss than the street expected. Okay, let's bring in Lee Munson, portfolio with Wealth Advisors president and CIO. You got all the titles, Lee. Welcome. Let's start with Warner Brothers Discovery. I know it's not a stock you own. You were ready to talk about AT&T. Let's talk Warner Brothers Discovery. How big a shock is this? And what do I do if I happen to own the shares?
I wouldn't own the shares. I'd sell them because here's the thing. CNN Plus should have been obvious. I would love if I could just own HBO Max as a standalone thing. And when it spun off from AT&T, here's what I get. I get HBO Max, I get a little Discovery, but then I have all these legacy cable channels. And as CNN has showed, you can't just take a legacy cable TV channel and then just go and say it's going to be streaming, it's going to be a platform. It's never going to work because you already have the major competition. You have got Netflix, which has its own problems. You've got Disney Plus. You've got HBO Max. So I would say that I don't think the spinoff is as glorious as people think. I think you've got the crown jewel in there, which is a top-tier streaming service of HBO Max. I think Discovery has put up some great numbers with, over 20 million subscribers, but it's still a second, third-rate streaming platform. I would not be long this name. I would prefer to own something more like something where you get a Disney Plus crown jewel, and then you get like Disney theme parks, which is a value investor's dream. That's my opinion.
What do you make of this week? We could do a show. John Oliver should do a show, for goodness sakes. This week in streaming. You've got Netflix crumbling. You got this news. You've got other streamers who are not exactly lighting it up, my friend.
No, it's a complete mess, and I think that people just need to remember, think about the streamers that we all subscribe to and don't think about playing I'll subscribe this month, take a month off where people are gaming it. That's going to go to Netflix, even though they have declining subscribers. That's going to go to Disney Plus because being a kid never goes out of style. And you got Hulu because Hulu isn't just a channel, it's a platform for TV watchers. And then HBO Max. HBO Max, they just nailed it. But Paramount Plus is CBS with the lame movie lineup. And then you've got, Peacock, which is NBC with a bunch of reruns. Stiff competition. Stay with the big dogs. Invest accordingly.
Hey, I love that Peacock. I watch those off as reruns every night. Lee, let's talk some Tesla. So this one, there were some similar concerns about rising competition. If anything, the company tried to show that it's benefiting from that, even saying that after the Super Bowl with all those EV ads that their stock benefited.
Well, here's like my big take on it. When you're listening to the earnings call, and I like to read them, I don't listen to them. The one thing that Musk, where all those Tesla bulls, the cult of Tesla, they love hearing that Tesla is being bought by the rich and the upper middle class who could care less about a 5 or 10% increase in pricing or having a delay. There are people who have money and they're willing to pay a premium to have this car. And so Elon Musk doesn't have a pricing problem. But here's the thing. Why has it not made higher highs since November? There's probably at least 10 Tesla bulls out there, someplace in the world, who've started thinking to themselves, where are we going to get the lithium? Where are we going to get the copper? Musk says, I'm going to have a plan for that. I'm going to have a plan for that. But obviously that plan isn't here. I think that people don't understand the amount of environmental degradation that we're going to go through to get a greener planet. And I think that that's a contributing effort, of why this stock can't seem to push higher because we have that commodity issue, and it's going to come to haunt.
And as we turn to our third stock, Carvana, I don't think the world appreciates how many people over the next couple of years are going to be underwater on used car loans. Let's talk Carvana.
I never thought I would see it just because there's so much government stimulus checks going out to the average Joe out here. But we're finally starting to see delinquencies in auto loans start perking up. I do not like that. It's a creepy feeling. It's like when banks say their loan books are shrinking. It's where you run to the hills. The hills. The problem with Carvana is that it was a great core short position. I think if you were short and you're a hedge fund that's been like, I can do no wrong, I would cover it here. But here's the problem. If you go on their website, all the cars are sold, and the prices just keep going higher. Carvana is not Tesla. Carvana sells to the average American middle-class person, and they do not have enough wage increases to pay for the increase in car stuff. We can't get enough cars. Their due diligence on buying used cars is non-existent, and I just think it's dead money for a while. Wait for it to base out. Talk to me in 6 months about Carvana. We'll see if it's worth looking at. I doubt it.
All right. Thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate the insights there. Lee Munson.